Today, we are playing more Tarkir Dragonstorm Premier Draft. Now, what I have learned about the format so far is that fixing is important, that's unexpected. Cheap removal is very important, and the power level of cards in general is insanely high. So you really need to pick up some high power cards during your draft. And I think that the best, most consistent way to do that is going to be to prioritize fixing early and then take the good stuff late. So let's try and do that. I think you've got to be really disciplined to build consistently good decks in this draft because, again, like some of the cards that are 3 colors, they're just so absurdly strong. So to keep up with that, we're going to have to find our own. Find our lane, pick up our own busted cards. All right, so pick one, pack one. We have a Meringue River Regent. This, I think, is one of the strongest cards in the format. So we are absolutely, definitely playing this. You can play it early as card advantage, but the 6 mana, 6/7 side of this card is an absolute back-breaking threat. I definitely want to play this. I definitely want to take this here. It's in 1 color. It gives us loads of options. Probably means we want to prioritize drafting black or red, I suppose. Yeah, black or red as enemy colors to blue. There's also a Teeming Dragonstorm is good. I don't know if I would take one of the multicolored cards this early. Alchemist's Assistant is good. But maybe first pick I'd be looking at Worthy Cost instead of Alchemist's Assistant. And maybe Teeming Dragonstorm would be a first pick, but certainly we're just taking the Meringue River Regent here. Busted Rare is a nice place to start. Now, we could take the Jeskai land. I'm not that interested in doing that. I think the best cards in this pack are Channeled Dragonfire and Caustic Exhale. I genuinely just think Caustic Exhale is a little bit better. But I have played a lot of Sultai. I don't mind playing Sultai. I don't mind taking the Exhale here. I do kind of want to do something different though. I almost want to take the Dragonfire and look at either Jeskai or Teema. So I do think, I think generally the Caustic Exhale is better. So if you were drafting this, I would say you should take the Caustic Exhale. I'm going to take the Channeled Dragonfire instead. Okay, well there's a Kishless Skimmer. That's very good. Wingblade Disciple is also very good. Both of those cards are the best cards in the pack. There's a Dragon's Prey, a Piercing Exhale as well. Interesting. I think Wingblade Disciple is pretty excellent. Works nicely with the Dragonfire. Kishless Skimmer has slightly less synergy in the deck that we are building. And then we have a Piercing Exhale, but we may not be in green just yet. We're not necessarily looking at... I mean, I could take this Dragon's Prey, but then I'm kind of locked into Sultai specifically. So I'm just going to take the Wingblade Disciple. A second Wingblade Disciple. I mean, that's certainly pretty interesting. Like, I think the Jeskai control deck looks interesting. It definitely is controlling, but there's... what else is even in this pack? There's an Abzan Monument, which is not quite what I am looking for. I guess it would help with either of the... No, not super interested in that. No, it would help with either of the colors we're looking for. Like, it gets green and white, which are the 2 colors that we're sort of looking to draft. Twin Bolt's okay, but Wingblade Disciple is certainly a little bit better. So if we want to do the double spell thing, Focus the Mind is excellent. Overwhelming Surge is pretty hard to pass, though. I think you can get Focus the Mind later. I think this is really good in this deck. Rescue Leopard looks pretty good with like Channel Dragonfire as well. Those are the cards that are piquing my attention. Overwhelming Surge, I think, is the card I'm going to take. It's just a decent removal spell. Now, so Dragonstorm Forecaster, I don't think is a take. Ice Ridge Serpent, I don't think is a take. Osseous Exhale. That's probably a good enough reason to go into Jeskai. There is also a Jeskai Monument, which is very good. And actually might be good enough if we, for some reason, still end up in Temur. Jeskai Monument is still probably playable. But Bearer of Glory and Osseous Exhale are both excellent. Still, making 2 birds is pretty good, and we have a couple of removal spells already. So I'm going to take the Jeskai Monument. War Effort is actually interesting to me. Humbling Elder is not bad. Swiftwater Cliffs, definitely, I could see taking that here. If we take War Effort, then these birds all get +1/+0. That does not seem bad at all. Is that what Jeskai wants to do? Is that what Jeskai wants to do? I don't think so. I'm going to say this is a Mardu card, and it's a bit cute to give all of my flyers that I hopefully have +1/+0. I'm going to take the Fixing, because what I want to do is I want the game to go long, and I want to win with Meringue River Region. I want to control our opponent out. Jeskai Devotee is not bad. I think Coordinated Maneuver is pretty good. Ringing Strike Mastery is just okay, but it does help the game go long, but I don't think it's as good as Coordinated Maneuver. Is there a chance I still go Temur? Well, there's no green. We're not seeing any green. I'm going to take the Devotee as a piece of fixing and just give it a little bit more time. So Fire Inform is a combat trick. Agent of Kotis is an acceptable 2-1. I think I prefer that, although I'm sort of hoping we don't play that. Now, Meticulous Artisan seems pretty good. Mardu Devotee is also good, actually. 1 mana, 1/2, when it enters Scry 2. And it fixes for 2 of our colors. But I think that we are red-blue, and we probably want to keep white to a splash. So let's take the Meticulous Artisan. I like Humbling Elder somewhat. I think Poise Practitioner is okay. Humbling Elder does help you double spell. But I like it more with Death Touchers. I'm not super... I don't know. I do like it more with some Death Touch creatures to go along with it. But it's probably the best controlling card there. I think that was the wrong pick. We've made it now, is what it is, but I think that might have been... Yeah, I think that was the wrong pick. So I'm going to take the Twin Bolt here. So we've got Twin Bolt. There's a Fire Inform. I don't think we're going to play that. I don't think we're going to play Cruel Truths. I don't think we want to play Agent of Kotis either. So there's an Osseous Exile for us here. A Urenes Rebuff. Dragonclaw Strike is probably, like, for 4 mana is probably good enough too. Couple of good Sultai cards, but I believe we're going to stay in the lane of Jeskai. Teeming Dragonstorm's also very good. There's also a Stormplane Detainment, so that's pretty good too. Okay, so if we have some removal, I want to pick up more. Teeming Dragonstorm is good. Do I just want to take the Urenes Rebuff? It's good with double spells. It's decent tempo. Yeah, it's interactive. It's good for like double spelling purposes. Useful. It's useful for that, yeah. Okay, so there's a Dragonologist here. 3 mana, 1/3 draw card. We do have a dragon that we do want to win the game, so I think we can take that here, and I think it's a bit better. There's another Kishla Skimmer. But I think this is a bit better than... Narset's Rebuke is excellent for this deck. Narset's Rebuke. This helps us find our Meringue River region. But Narset's Rebuke is another removal spell. I still think I'm going to take the Dragonologist, because it does help us find our Meringue River region. And this makes any dragons that we play better. And we want a controlling shell and decent top end with this deck. 2 pieces of fixing. We are currently entirely blue-red, which I quite like. I'm happy to be there. White can be just a little splash. What I want is more removal spells and more card advantage. Sibsig Appraisers would be good. This is a sorcery. Yeah, I would have liked a bit more instant speed stuff. But both of these sorceries do work well as like double spelling options. So for here, it's between Osseous Exhale and another Urani's Rebuff. I do like Urani's Rebuff. I think I'm going to take the Exhale here because it's just, I think, a much better card and maybe a bit better on the splash. Now, there's a Sidisi, Dragon's Prey, so certainly like a bit of like black is open. Nothing really for us. I guess Ringing Strike Mastery or Coordinated Maneuver. I think I can take Coordinated Maneuver. Wingblade Disciple makes creatures. It feels bad to take this. It's not really a card I want to splash for. Maybe this doesn't see play. Does Ringing Strike Mastery see play? Maybe. But maybe not. I'm going to trim it. We have the option to play it. Now I'm taking Snowmelt Stag. There is an Auroral Procession, United Battlefront. These aren't really cards we want. Lots of green and black in this pack, which is a bit unfortunate. But Snowmelt Stag is good. This is a win con as well in a control deck. Yeah, this is a win con as well, so I don't mind that. Let's see. Fortress Kin Guard. 2 mana for 2 creatures. Versus Meticulous Artisan. Wingspan Stride does help with the double spell stuff with the Wingblade Disciples. I guess I'll try it. I've not played this card yet. It doesn't look particularly good to me. But I will try it. We've got to give it a try before we decide that it's bad. There's an Essence Anchor. That is good, but I don't think we're really removing stuff from our graveyard very often. Team Attorney back is interesting. There's the Narset's Rebuke came back. I could just take the Tranquil Cove. I'm going to take the Narset's Rebuke, though. I think that's a great card for this deck. And then our removal is looking pretty good. So we have a couple of win cons. There's an Iridescent Tiger versus Osseous Exhale. I mean, 5 mana, 3/4, and then you're guaranteed to just play it like... This is just a free 5 mana, 3/4 versus another Osseous Exhale. I actually think I just want the Exhale. While I like the Tiger... No, I'm going to take the Tiger. We got to try it. We got to try it. I think it's right... Oh, we got another Exhale anyway. That's really nice. Seize Opportunity is okay. Wild Ride is okay, but I think the Exhale is quite powerful. So I'm definitely going to take that here. Do I need to start taking creatures? Not necessarily. Do I want a Riverwalk technique? I think I do. I do want that. Zergo's Vanguard. Don't think we're really doing that. I think I'm going to take the Embermouth Sentinel just as a possible piece of fixing. So we're looking good. It is looking good. Going into pack 3, we do just need to pick up a few more pieces. Dalkovan Encampment makes 2 1/1s versus a Urani's Rebuff. There's a Shocking Sharpshooter. I mean, this thing's very good, as is Loxodon Battle Priest. Sharpshooter is great. and I mean, it's best in the mobilized deck, but it certainly has quite a bit of reach. I wonder if Loxodon Battle Priest is better. I think I'm taking the Sharpshooter. I think it's close, but we have... I do want more creatures. This can... Yeah, I think I'd rather have an early creature, something that gets on the board. 2 mana, 1/3. When this creature attacks, one player mills cards equal to this creature's power. Interesting. There's a Riling Dawnbreaker, which I think is going to be the pick here. There's a Tranquil Cove and a Rescue Leopard. Just because this is a easy double spell, it's another dragon for our Osseous Exhales. It's an early creature and it's a late creature. I think this Riling Dawnbreaker does a hell of a lot of stuff. I would like to just pick up the Tranquil Cove, though. But, we are getting there. We are getting there. So, Voice of Victory versus a Rescue Leopard. How much Harmonize do we have? We have Dragonfire, Rebuff. High Spire Bellringer is a 1/4. That doesn't seem that good to me. I'm not sure I really am even playing any of these cards. If I am playing any of them, probably the Voice of Victory. I think that's not bad. Now Focus the Mind is absolutely what I want. We are okay on creatures. Our curve looks okay. I do just want card advantage and a good sort of double spell piece. Sunpel Kirin is excellent. There's another Osseous Exhale. I think we're doing okay on removal. There's a Nomad Outpost, which is good fixing, but Sunpel Kirin, 2 mana, 2/1, flash flying, bounce something. If it was a token, draw a card. That's good for double spell purposes. Nice with like Humbling Elder. We can do it on our turn and then replay a creature if we want a double spell. Yeah, I think Sunpel Kirin is pretty good. I'm pretty happy to have that. So, Coordinated Maneuver, Dragonback Lancer, not so interested in. I think this is Storm Shriek Feral here. Again, it's helps us double spell. And it's a win con later. So I quite like that. And now there's another Osseous Exhale versus a Dispelling Exhale. Oh, what does Rally the Monastery do? I think I'm going to try Rally the Monastery over Osseous Exhale. And then we're probably cutting a little bit of removal. Do we need these on turn 2? We want red on turn 2. We might be actually a red-white base deck. So I'm going to take the Mardu Devotee over the Humbling Elder. And we might cut the Humbling Elder. I'll take the white land. Because it's actually not... It's a pretty good one. Durga Island Dragon. Not sure if we're going to play that. I guess tap a creature, draw a card is... It's not great. But it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it does keep the pressure off us. Rescue Leopard is interesting, but I think I'm just going to take the Mardu Devotee. I think I prefer that to the Humbling Elder here. We could take Dragonstorm Globe. We have a good amount of dragons. 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. And I think I prefer Bearer of Glory to Ringing Strike Mastery. So yeah, we absolutely have a deck here. I think we're actually going to be like base red, white, and then blue is our tertiary color. Which works fine. Absolutely works fine. Yeah, I mean, the curve looks good. So the removal, we have a Dragonfire, 2 Osseous Exhales. We have a Eurenes Rebuff for interaction, Twin Bolt, which isn't great. It's just okay. Overwhelming Surge. Rally the Monastery. Create 2/2/1s with prowess. Up to 2 creatures you control get +2/+2, or destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Riverwalk technique is interactive as well. Narset's Rebuke. Yeah, I mean, our removal package looks quite good. We could even maybe cut some of the worst stuff. Maybe the Twin Bolt gets cut. There's 2 mana for 2 damage is not a very good rate. I guess it is an instant though, but and it's a cheap spell, more importantly. Yeah, I think probably the Riverwalk technique is more likely to get cut. 8 cards to cut here though. 8 cards to cut. I don't think we need all of these 2-drops. I don't even know if we need the Mardu Devotees. I think it's okay. And it fixes for red and white. And the Scry 2 is nice. The Scry 2 is nice. I'm not sure about Meticulous Artisan. I don't know if we really need that. It's sort of a ramp spell. Makes a treasure. And then it has prowess. It's okay. So I think anything that is cheap and allows us to double spell is worth it because of these 2 Wingblade Disciples. Dragonologist helps with that. The Dragonstorm Globe helps with that. I think these Meticulous Artisans feel pretty weak to me. We are 18 creatures, so I do want to cut those. Those feel like the weakest creatures here. All of the dragons work, in my opinion. Discard a card, draw 2 is good. Tap a creature, draw a card is good. 2 mana 2/2 that then, you know, can be a dragon later. That is good. That all makes the Dragonstorm Globe worth playing. Wingspan Stride is pretty weak. I'm going to cut that. And I think some of these aggressive creatures have got to go as well. So Shocking Sharpshooter is dealing a little bit of damage to our opponents, but not loads and loads. I think Bearer of Glory goes. Some Pelkyrian Voice of Victory I want to keep. I'm not that fussed about Jeskai Devotee. But we'll see if the fixing is necessary. We have 1, 2 pieces of fixing and 1 Swift Water Cliffs. Shit. Yeah, we'll need that. I think we'll need the Jeskai Devotee to make sure that the deck runs smoothly. Iridescent Tiger is definitely cuttable. Don't have enough card draw. That is my main concern, is there's not enough card draw in this deck right now. There's like a little bit. We have 1 Focus the Mind. We passed 1. Wishing I'd picked that up. Can't remember what I took instead. But I don't think we really need these Mardu Devotees, except for the fact that they scry, which is quite good. But I think the Jeskai one is probably just a little bit too important for giving us access to blue. So if I cut 2 of those, we're up like 14 creatures effectively. Riverwalk technique seems good. Maybe just slightly slow. Where are my sorceries at? We've got Channel Dragonfire, Ureni's Rebuff. Twin Bolt feels a little weak to me. So if we were to cut that, destroy an artifact, 3 damage to a creature, and then I actually want to cut the Riverwalk technique. So then we have no counter spells, which is like a little bit of a shame. But our removal is all cheaper, which I think is important. So, this is the deck. Yeah, this is the deck. We need red, white off the bat for all of our removal. And then we need blue as a secondary. We have 1, 2, 3 pieces of fixing in the deck. Yeah, okay, so I guess red is our most important color, then white, then blue. So we have 6 red sources. We probably want more than that. Probably want 8. We have 6 blue sources. I think we can go down to 5. And then we have 6 white sources. I think we want to... Wait, how many lands are in here now? 18? Okay, down to 4 blue? Oh, that doesn't seem right. Oh man, the mana's bad, guys. The mana's bad. I should have paid a little bit more attention to the mana base as we were drafting, which is what I said I would do, and I failed. But we need white-red early, and we have enough fixing to find blue later. We need red most importantly. So 8, 9. Sorry, 7, 8 red sources, 6 white sources, 4 blue sources. It's going to have to do. Yep, it is going to have to do. Well, that's going to happen. We'll keep it. Okay, drawing the planes was very good. If this is an Osseous Exhale, then they would... Sorry, if this is like a counter spell, then they'd be countering my dragon, which I don't really like. This is a sorcery, that's a sorcery. Don't like taking this turn off. But they took it off, so we'll take it off. Does this Falcospara avatar close his eyes? Surak. Surak is fine. We can Overwhelming Surge the Surak. I want to do it now before they can protect it or anything. They get a card out of the deal. Just because if they have a way to protect it, it's kind of a disaster. We have the Osseous Exhale for this. So I guess I only have 1 white source. So I guess I'm discarding a card. I'll discard the Channeled Dragonfire. Wait, what was revealed? Okay. No, seemingly no counterspell. They play a 4-3. We can drop this Dalkovan encampment. I guess we'll play the Sharpshooter and hold up another Osseous Exhale. I could just make a 2-2. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to make a 2-2. Shuffle the dragon back in, and then we'll, we trade one of these off for this Summit Intimidator, that's okay. Okay, Constrictor Sage becomes... Oh, taps the 2/2, sure. I take 4. Now we have Osseous Exhale up. Channel Dragonfire deals 2 damage to any target. That is not that impressive, is it? And we are flooding a little bit. We did discard a land, so we've... Oh no, we discarded the Channel Dragonfire. Which would be better to have in hand right now, because we could at least cast it twice. This has a renew ability, which is quite annoying. Which one do I want to... I guess I'm still gonna take out the Constrictor Sage, because I do have blocks on this Intimidator. And they would have to use the Constrictor Sage. I'm telling you, Temur is all anybody is doing. All anybody is doing. And this Channel Dragonfire looks awful in the face of it. This is the 4th Temur deck I've played in a row. And... well, they're way up on cards. Everything they play is just bigger than everything I play. None of my dragons would get through this board, and these are just commons that my dragons would not be able to contend with, except for the Morang River Regent. Yeah, my dragons would not be able to punch through this. Grim. Guess I've got to, like, try and minimize the damage. That is... a start, I suppose. Play a 3/3 dragon on this board. What does it do? Just nothing. They tap it down, they win the game. I guess we can see what we draw. Yeah. So we really have to think about what we are doing against Temur. And our mana's not good. That's certainly true. Is this keepable? Maybe just... Osseous Exhale isn't a bad draw. I brought in a Riverwalk technique and cut the Sharpshooter because I think it's just slightly better against... I think it's slightly better into Temur. Drawing all of our blue cards, none of our fixing, which is a problem. Reputable Merchant. Yeah, let's take the life. No reason not to. Okay, Jeskai Monument is... actually pretty decent. We get to keep pushing damage here. We get to find an island. So next turn we have Riverwalk Technique, or we can just play Meringue River Region and draw some cards, or Coil and Catch. I think that's probably what I want to do. Although we do have Narset's Rebuke open too. And we can Narset's Rebuke and Focus the Mind. Oh, that's way better. That's way better. Second Reputable Merchant. Yeah, I really like Narset's Rebuke this. Focus the Mind. Wow. No. No land. We can discard probably this channeled Dragonfire. Because this is fixing, this is fixing. Interaction, card draw. Yeah, still discard the Dragonfire for value. A second Champion of Dusan. They're going to put the counter over here. That's an interesting choice, because we do have this channeled Dragonfire. And it is visible to them. So this is 6. If I play you, then it costs 4. That is how that works, right? It costs 6. So if I play Mountain and tap like this, play my Devotee. Why does it cost 5? Oh, because it costs 7 to begin with. So am I going to hold up Riverwalk Technique here? This is an instant. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Okay, that was... I would have obviously done that turn differently if I'd have recognized how much my spell costs. But let's hold Riverwalk Technique. And Osseous Exhale and Meringue River Regent. Although next turn we can play the Regent. So they want to put 2 counters over here. I can counter it. Vigilance and Trample till end of turn. Okay. Yeah, let's just counter that. Actually, it would have been better to just bounce this. Because then the spell would have fizzled because they targeted this twice. That would have been a better. Okay, trade one of these off. So we can play our Meringue River Regent. No, we can't, because I traded off the Devotee. Okay, so play land. Play a Dragonstorm Globe. Could make 2 1/1s. This has Trample, this has Menace. And then we play the Meringue River Regent. No, I'd rather just Osseous Exhale. think you can... Actually, no blocks. I take 8. No blocks. Destroy this. Okay, so we can bounce that. And bounce, I guess this. Okay. Secured a victory over Abzan. Bit messy. Opponent goes first. We have good fixing. We have a couple of interactive spells. Okay, let's keep this. And if we can get to the point where we get to 5 mana and we can Wingblade plus Urani's rebuff, that's very good. Okay, opponent is playing nice and slow. I appreciate that. Let's go get our island. If we can get to 6 mana and we can Wingblade Disciple into Wingblade Disciple, that'd be great. Okay. I like the direction this is going so far. Opponent's going nice and slow. Constrictor Sage is just a 4/4 doing nothing. What do I want to do? Do I want to bounce it at 5 mana? I mean, I could do that. Yeah, I could just Urani's rebuff it. That seems really good. Just because if they tap this down, I don't really care. It's doing what it wants to do anyway. In just being on the battlefield. We have 5 mana. If we can find a land, that'd be really good. If we cannot... If we cannot, then... Maybe we're just making 2 1/1s. Until we can double spell. Save our spells for when we can double spell. They really want to kill this. They're going to play out their Constrictor Sage instead. And tap the 1/1 bird. They must have a removal spell for this. What can they do for 1 mana? Ah, Behold a Dragon. Cool. Okay, we drew the land. That is very good. We could bounce both of these. Don't really want to bounce this, though. But we can... Urani's rebuff costs 6. So if I play this, it goes down to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have 2 mana. So I can destroy their Dragon's Storm Globe. Is that good enough? I'm not against it. But if they... Okay, yeah, I'm just going to do this, get the 1-1. It doesn't feel very optimal. But because we have this Meringue River Regent in hand, I think it's okay to do. We take 4. Our hand is a bit awkward. Trade Route Envoy comes in as a 5/4. So this costs 3. We have 6 mana. Yeah, that is a very, very awkward amount of mana. We could just Urani's Rebuff and bounce this. Think I'm just going to make 2 1/1s. See what they want to do next. Because what I want them to do is... We haven't exposed the River Regent. So what I want them to do is... play out the Feral Deathgorger. And then I want to be able to bounce both the Trade Route Envoy and the Deathgorger. Yeah. Okay. Land, big dragon. Excellent. Okay. So now we play the Regent. And we have Riverwalk technique to bounce their dragon if they play it as a blocker, and then we win the game. Like, if all they do is play out the Death Toucher, then we have lethal, right? Okay, victory secured over Sultai. Yep, we just win the game there. I think the Kirin could have gone there, or the Devotee could have gone there. Sweet. Well, going first, 3... I need at least 2 colors. Our mana's not good enough. Red is our most important color. So this is awkward. And this hand doesn't do anything. But opponent kept. So I simply have to keep it. Really rough. But we were going to get stung by the mana eventually. It's so important to make sure you draft good mana. And we did not. Delta Blood Flies. We can deal with that. Bunch of instants in hand. Do need to get on the board, though. So, is this ever Storm Shriek Feral... Make 2 1/1s. No. No, no. Is this just hold up Riverwalk technique? Yeah, it is, because then next week we have Focus the Mind and Storm Shriek. Storm Shriek Feral. So we're taking 3. Felithar, Dawn of the Abzan. Whenever Felithar enters or attacks, you may sacrifice an permanent. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Okay. So, I do have to bounce that. Looks like they had a snakeskin veil, which is like mildly concerning. So now I can Dragonologist and Storm Shriek. Does that do anything? Not really. I could just play the 3/3. Okay, let's do that. That is good. Snow Melt Stag. So what I want to do is Dragonologist. I'm not going to find a land with it. But then, oh man. Oh, that's just awkward. Everything is awkward. Okay, I actually think what I need to do is tap like this. Play the Dragonologist. Osseous Exhale is actually a really nice find. We could attack. Yeah, Osseous Exhale is a nice draw there. Double spelling every turn is really hard. Opponent's playing 4 colors. Probably splashing red for something. Mardu Siegebreaker. Okay. Okay, so they're going to throw a bunch of Adorned Crocodiles at me. It does feel like they have a... Okay, no Snakeskin Veil. Weird attack, because they knew that that was, like, face up. That was something they knew I could do that. Snowmelt, Stag. And then Rally. Could destroy the Crocodile. Just doesn't seem that good. I mean, I could just draw cards this turn. Yeah, actually, I'm into that. I'm into just focus the mind this turn. Yeah, okay, no attacks. Let's just draw cards this turn. Double spells can happen next turn. We actually can hold up Rally the Monastery, and we have, like, decent blocks as well. Okay, they play a 3/3. So they're lining up so that they can sack something and put 1/1 counters on everything when Felithar finally comes down. I think I want to hold the Rally the Monastery for when the Felithar does come down. What do I have for... Do I have anything for... No, okay. So we're just gonna chomp. Don't know if the devotee's really cutting it here. So you can go. Okay, and I think... I want to save this for Felithar, really. Oh man, tough to know what to do. They still have plenty of cards in hand. This Adorned Crocodile is actually annoying. I think I'm probably trading the Stormshriek Feral for it. But yes, if they play Felithar, put counters on everything, then we can kill the Felithar. Like, this is okay. Basically, any spell off the top is very good. Storm Beacon Blade. Well, Darkovan Encampment is horrendous. 3 or more attacking creatures. Damn. It's +3/+0. Okay. So no attacks. Okay. That's fine. That allows us to destroy this. They don't get to draw cards unless they equip again. They do have the Snakeskin Veil all this time. Now they're doing so much damage. And do I have to chump? Oh, this can't be blocked. Right. Yes, right, okay. Riling Dawnbreaker. That does not do it. I cannot block this no matter what I do. So that's game. Okay, well, we have good colors. Yeah, this is a keep. Need to draw another land, but we have the Channel Dragonfire to maybe remove an early threat. Another chance to draw the land. And that's a miss. There's the land. Okay, so we can Dragonstorm Globe. And I think it makes sense to wait. We take 2 damage off the Sibsig Appraiser, but then we can double spell next turn. Okay, cool. That is okay. So we missed the land again. I wonder if I actually just want to Dragonfire and Focus the Mind. And hit the land. Obviously the maximum upside play is to wait a turn, but really want to hit my land drops. So I have a 2-1 and a 1-1. I miss a land drop. I think that's okay, actually. Equilibrium Adept. So they have a coordinated maneuver that they can play next turn. Jeskai Devotee is not bad, but it does allow me to double spell again. They have 1 white. Okay, so I'm going to do this first. Oh, man, I don't have... I do not have... Missing the mana is just really tough. But this is fine. This is okay. Okay, they get their Jeskai Monument back. We're going to coordinated maneuver. Yeah, there was nothing we could do to stop that, unfortunately. Okay. What can I do now? Still nothing, right? Still nothing. So I guess I'm just going to Dragonologist. Clear 6 lands off the top of the deck. Excellent. Oh, sometimes that is just the way it goes, folks. That was insane. Good fucking lord. Alright. Everything has 4 toughness. Maybe I'm just trading these. Osseous Exhale is okay. And does allow me to... just hold up these 2. But again, missing land. It's just a nightmare, guys. This is so ridiculous. They can't double spell forever. So I think I'm leaving the Wayspeaker Bodyguard, and I need to prioritize taking out the Brushmaster, which is the bigger threat. Yep, they tap this down. They play a 4/4. So we're going to Osseous Exhale you. And we are going to take 5. We're going to focus the mind. Riverwalk technique. Voice of Victory isn't bad. Yeah, okay, let's play another Disciple. And a Voice of Victory. They've still got 3 cards left. And we're not out of it, but we are quite behind, I think. But they don't have much, like, they don't have any card advantage right now, so maybe we can get there? This has Ward 2. So we can actually attack, and if they block with either of their 3/4s, we can kill it. Jeskai Revelation. 4 damage to any target, make 2 1/1s, draw 2 cards, you gain 4 life. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty backbreaking. Mm-hmm. Well, they had Busted Rare just sitting in their hand. It took them a while to decide to do that. Mocking me. There you have it, folks. 2-3. That felt tough as hell. It feels like the Jeskai deck, I don't know. Okay, so no, that did feel tough, but land was a major issue, and we knew it would be. So I knew that going into the draft, I was supposed to try and like make sure that the land, the mana base was good, and we failed to do that. We got a bit distracted. So that is on me. Absolutely, you have to highly pick your fixing and your lands and stuff. So that's the lesson that we've learned, is what it is. We'll take that knowledge into our next draft, try and do better next time. Anyway, that's it from me. I will catch you on the next episode of Operation Double Mythic, which will be out tomorrow, so I will see you then. Bye for now.